Dire team pick.
Talk. Me mumbling along before the game actually starts.
Radiant
Super
team
professional.
pick.
I don't think they need some time. Get in and then it's already
Right. Let's turn that light on and let's go.
10 seconds. Radiant team pick.
Hello and welcome to the final. This is it. This is the final series between the Eastern European Division 2 teams. It's going to be X3 and Hydra playing off for survival, and we see a Viper coming out in the first phase. Dawnbreaker, why am I not surprised? Winter Wyvern coming through. The Puck's ban out, the Tiny's ban out, the Cottle's gone, the Warlock's gone there as well, which is a little bit of a surprise. Lycan is going to be picked up, but hurry, this is it. This is do or die for both teams here. You know, what do these teams need to do? Because I mean, you look at it, you know, they've played all right throughout the season, but they've not played enough to survive. You know, what's going to be going through the players' heads in this situation?
Well, first of all, Hydra did beat X3 twice. One was a very long and hard game. One was a stomp. That was a week before X3 started destroying everyone. So I'm not sure if Hydra are actually going to be stronger than X3 here. X3 at the start of the season looked like a team that's maybe going to win 1 game, 2 games. That's it, but they've won 6 so far, Hydra as well. So these teams, I would say, are very evenly matched. I'm not sure how Hydra are feeling. They probably didn't think they were going to be in this kind of a situation. Ascold says that he's captain from the mid laner, so he's definitely not having the easiest time, but he has said that the interview at the start of the season that he has a lot of faith in this team. I'm not sure if that is still the case, you know, and that might be the problem, because maybe they came in with a lot of expectations, they didn't met them, and they could be looking badly. So bad, and they have been looking badly in the last few weeks. So I'm not sure what to expect from the series. I don't know how these teams feel, but if I would have to guess, I'd say Hydra feel pretty bad, and X3 they feel pretty good, because you know, halfway the season they probably thought, okay guys,
Fight between the two teams. So I look forward to seeing these games, because I think they're going to be pretty good, and obviously the decider, you know, it's high stakes to see who stays in and who's going to have to go through the OQs for. It's not even
5 seconds
for the next, because the next thing is going to be the TI qualifiers, so it's even going to be a longer time that you're going to need to, you know, stay prepared. Maybe there is going to be some roster changes, but it's going to be a big ask coming through those OQs.
I think a good point is that a lot of these Eastern European teams got pretty good. I would say, yeah, I may be playing favorites here, but Eastern Europe, these 16 teams in the last season, or let's say Tour 1, Tour 2, you know, I would say Southeast Asia looked like the most competitive region. But I think Eastern Europe are just as
10
competitive.
seconds
All of the
remaining.
16 teams are amazing across Division 1 and 2. And I
5
would
seconds remaining.
go as far to say that Eastern Europe as a region is right now better than Southeast Asia. I'm actually not sure if even Western Europe is as good as Eastern Europe right now as a whole, as a region. You know, obviously in Western Europe you have these top tier teams, but I would say outsiders, you know, Spirit, then yeah, Navi, even Bedboom. Those 4 teams can beat any team in the world, and one of them isn't even going to the major. So in my mind, Eastern Europe has looked so amazing, and you know, I'm so glad that even some of these lower tier teams are starting to make a name for themselves. X3 in particular, because they looked just they looked underwhelming at the start of the season, but tough competition does make you evolve, and that is exactly what they did.
Yeah, and you've got to look at it as well that, like you're talking about, the Southeast Asian region, they have a lot of online
10
third-party
seconds remaining.
tournaments. The Eastern European region starting as well.
5
as,
seconds remaining.
I don't know, something in my glasses, but yeah, so you know, they do have that, and it's not just the tier 2, the tier 3 teams that step into these competitions as well. You have outsiders that regularly step into them. You know, Boom, when they were under the Windstrike banner, were regularly stepping into them as well. So you do have this kind of attitude of, even outside of the scrims, there's a competitive nature in these third-party competitions that allow the smaller teams to play up against the better quality teams, and you know, they get then to review the VODs, and they get these first-hand experiences on how these how the bigger teams play. So it has, I think, really improved the competition in Eastern Europe, and that's why it's probably my favorite region. That's why, you know, I like to get involved in Eastern European competitions, because you can see the quality week by week of these teams improving.
Yeah, for sure. And I think third-party tournaments are a great thing to mention. People continually bash the DPC season that is way too long, and then it doesn't give too much chances for third-party tournaments. Lands maybe, but it does give a chance for third-party tournaments that are going to be bringing in the tier 2 teams that are eager to compete. And I think that is a big deal in kind of evolving the scene as a whole. In my mind, the DPC has been a massive success, to be honest, because I'm looking at the development of the teams. I don't know, I'm not gonna speak from the place of tournament organizers, how much money is being made and stuff like that, I don't know. But just when it comes to the quality of Dota, it has increased to levels, I would say 5 years ago, a tier 2 or a tier 3 team, people call these teams tier 3, that are like 15th in their own region, you know, on strength, you know, they call them tier 3. You could never imagine a tier 3 team playing such good Dota, and we're just seeing amazing Dota. But enough about that, and we can go and focus a little bit on the draft. We have a lot of interesting things here, and X3, they finally do go for the Enigma, so now I have no idea what Sugarat is going to be playing, because he likes the Viper, he likes the Enigma as well. I'm gonna assume he wants the Enigma, because they picked it now once they saw the Razor. But Viper isn't that bad against the Razor, I would say, in the lane. Once you get to level 3, even if he takes your damage, you're gonna be doing a ton of it with just the poison attack.
Yeah, Viper, one of those classic counters to the Razor, and I am interested to see where they want to line up with this team already, because the Viper and the Enigma, we usually do see them in the off lane, but playing those position 4 roles. So I wonder if it is going to be maybe do you want to go for the Viper 3, the Enigma 4 here? Or is it going to be the other way around? Because I assume
Viper 5, Enigma 3, Dawnbreaker 4. I think that is the most obvious one to think about, considering that there's gonna be a Lycan on the other lane, plus the Monkey King. Viper plus the Monkey can destroy him. On the other hand, though, it could be a Dawnbreaker 1 and the Viper 5 as well, which would deal with the Lycan pretty well, and Monkey King is pretty good with the Enigma. They can go at it in various ways. I'd like to touch upon your statement about Viper being the Razor counter.
10 seconds remaining.
This is a very hard matchup to predict sometimes, because, you know, Razor used to be the Viper counter. Then they increased the damage on the poison attack, made Viper this very annoying killer when it comes to magical damage. But then again, if the Razor takes away all of your damage, it is kind of hard, especially in a long lane like the safe lane if the Razor is there. So it is a pretty hard matchup to predict. So if I was X3, I would I would probably get the swiper away, put him on position 5. On there he is he's gonna have a pretty solid time. And now with the Snapfire, we don't know if it's gonna be a Winter Wyvern core or a Snapfire core, but I have to say I like either one.
Remaining.
Maybe it's a Marcy core. Mid Marcy, you're not up for it? You're not feeling that? No, nothing.
I mean, I'm a big fan of X3. I've liked how they improved. So yeah, if you're asking me, do you want Hydra to play mid Marcy and just give the game to X3, I'm all for it. But I'd rather have close Dota, you know, and not play favorites here if that's okay.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough. Yeah, we have seen a lot of, I'd say an increase in the core Winter Wyvern playing that mid lane. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's going to be either one really. So I'm interested to see how they are going to play this and what X3. How do you think this lineup's going to go on the side of Hydra? You know, that might reflect on who they pick here on this last pickup within 40 seconds left into this. What do you think? Is there anything that fits this lineup here for X3? You think that completes? Do they need a building hitter, you know, or is it more lockdown oriented that you'd like to see? What is it that X3 need to go for here?
You can go different routes. I'd skip the fat guy in front route, and I'd go for magical damage. Yeah. I was thinking maybe something like a Queen of Pain, because the Razor hates playing against the Queen of Pain, not only in lane but in the game as well. But the Void Spirit is much more popular in the meta right now. The hero is much stronger. People have gotten better with him. They understand the timings. They know that they need like level 7, 8. That they shouldn't just be super aggressive at level 6. Plus, you want to get into the back lines and catch the Winter Wyvern. It will be a core Winter Wyvern, so I think Void Spirit is definitely the right choice here with Sugar taking the Enigma. We are gonna be seeing a position 5 Viper.
Yeah, and like I say, it might do quite well up against the Lycan. ICQ is going to be playing up in that. You're looking at both of these lineups here. You can see the Rink's going to be on the Dawnbreaker there as well. So you're going to have that position for Dawnbreaker that's going to be able to clean waves and get on top of heroes. But how well is that going to do in the lane up against Rari here, do you think? With that Enigma that's going to be pairing with that in the X3 offlane?
I think the Razor is going to be doing fine against them. I see some kill potential coming out from both sides, but to be honest, I'm thinking that they're gonna be playing it a bit more passively on the side of X3, thus you're not gonna be caught by the Marcy. I'm thinking it's gonna be an even lane with a potential for both sides to get the kill. As we know, Eastern Europe has in the laning phase in the past been a bit less aggressive. I think this is one of those lanes when there is just so much kill potential that everyone is scared of going forward. Okay,
well, and how does Rory want to play this? Because I mean, you're gonna have the obviously the static link to take away damage that can target the Enigma, because the Enigma's not gonna have that escape mechanism like the Dawnbreaker does with Hammer. But do you look to more of a plasma field build with Sugar being able to drop the Eidolons, or do you still want to be going for that static link, you're stealing the damage and just running heroes down?
We almost never see static link over level 2, so on level 3 they might get the level 2 static link, but it depends on how aggressive the Enigma is playing. In my mind, Razor should go plasma field, static link, plasma field.
Yeah.
And then after that you see how you approach it. I would say another point in static link, and then you just let go of that spell, max the plasma
Prepare
field.
for
But
battle.
You fought well.
I think that's the best approach. If I was playing the Marcy and the Razor in that lane, the best way to approach it is to focus on the Eidolons. Though I have to say, considering the Hydra are running towards the bottom lane, we could see some aggro lane shenanigans. Considering you have a Marcy and a Snapfire, your aggressive lane is very strong. In the Monkey King, this hero just doesn't do well in against aggro tri lanes.
Yeah, we are going to be having the smoke up coming through from Hydra, but it looks like it might be... Are they going to come close? I mean, Nesphere is there, so it could be some 4 versus 5 if you want to go for it. Are they going to try and go for the backstab? Might even try and steal this rune out here now as well. But you can see X3, they've already started to back themselves away. They're playing it safe in the mid lane, you know. They're not sure where everyone is, so they're not coming forwards. And you do have Sugar. He looks like he's going to be trying to block these creeps right off the bat that spawn. You know, try and pull that lane in as much favor towards the Enigma as he can. So, yeah, Okay, no major drama kicking off just yet. It looks like Ring's going to move himself up as well. He's got the point for the Celestial Hammer if he needs to get himself out in a pinch or get on top of a hero in a pinch. He's going to be able to get this ward out as well. We'll see Rari, but only Rari. Are they going to maybe make something happen here? Rari's going to go around the long way just to make sure he doesn't get gone on. But yeah. Okay.
So no aggro lane shenanigans. It's gonna be normal laning. I'm guessing Marcy picks up the rebound on the top lane, and you just focus on killing the Eidolons immediately as soon as you see them. I would say that is a pretty solid approach. But then again, I always underestimate the damage of the Dawnbreaker. I mean, what is that? Third of the HP of the Razor just gone? What the hell is it? He got one right click in. So I'm thinking maybe if you're Hydra, you're uncertain if you really want to be committing for those Eidolons, but I don't see a better play in the lane, to be honest.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to go right away. The Dispose will be coming up from Marcy for the drag back. Couldn't get him range, and that would have been a lot more damage being dragged off. Rari would have been able to get a couple more right clicks in, and this Dawnbreak would have been punished for coming forwards. And it looks like the Dawnbreak is actually just going to step up, make sure this lane can't be pulled through into the large camp by blocking that manually. You know, just keeping himself in there as the block does come through. Meanwhile, Sugar will be able to pull the lane. Obviously, there's not going to be any range creeps for this lane for the Razor to farm up, just because, well, Celestial Hammer's going to be thrown out here now as well, trying to get on top of Kicked. Kick going to be taking some damage, but there's going to be the Dispose coming through on Ring, and Ring needs to run himself back now. Already used that hammer, so he's going to be able to get himself away from this one. For the next couple of seconds. But it looks like but the major damage coming through from the Eidolons is going to be the bigger issue in this lane, really.
Yeah, that's why I wanted them to just focus on killing the Eidolons with this kind of a approach. If you're not getting a lot of denies, you are gonna be losing in the long run, and then once the Eidolons are level 2 or the Enigma level 3, you are gonna be taking a lot of damage. But we're seeing a lot of respect between them. This is somewhat what I would expect. Not a lot of aggression from either side, just slow poke, trying to get as many last hits as possible. And for now, none of them are really managing to do so.
Yeah, meanwhile the bottom lane, it will be the poison attacks coming through from the Viper that finish off, get that first blood onto Koval. It was, well, I mean, Monkey King, we can say he's a melee creep, but the swing on that distance, you have to secure the first blood. And now Viper's just going to be able to come in, back in, SMN in the lane. He does have that clarity now as well, so if they get over aggressive, if the Lycan tries to come forwards, you know, or even if Koval, you know, he's got that cookie, but if he uses it, it puts him in a bad position that he's not going to be able to walk himself away from, so he needs to keep that in case the slows come out. The stun from the Farmer Strike there as well, which will come through. Okay, so, and yeah, but Koval, he's going to be taking the last. Once again, S-Man can just sit in this lane and spit till his heart's content.
That is kind of the what you want to do. Right now what Koval is trying to do is get as much mana as he can from the Viper. Viper has 2 more mangoes, but you would much rather take the damage now than take it later on when he is level 3. So you are trying to eat that one for ICQ, because once ICQ gets the Helm of the Iron Will, it's going to be much easier for him to actually survive the damage of the Viper.
Yeah, and you can see he's not going to be too far away from it here as well. Gold about 100, so a couple of last hits. If he can get them away from these Monkey King denies at least. But yeah, so Nesfear is going to take some punishment as well. The cookie comes out, he's going to try and drop that Mischief, but the Mischief is not going to be enough. Nesfear, the Balance Strike will go. He's going to be able to get himself away from this one. The danger onto ICQ though is he comes so far forward to do the dump. Nesfear puts himself right in range, and the right clicks come through with the poison attack. He will. It's going to be enough to take him out. And S-Man gets himself another kill. The Wolves, oh, are they going to be able to do enough damage? They will. ICQ gets the kill from the grave, but he's still going to be taken away from the Viper, which means it's going to deny that XP going away to Lycan there as well.
Yep, that is a big deal though. Snapfire is one of the heroes that you're actually happy if she gets a lot of experience. Lycan himself, he's going to be getting quite a lot. The Monkey is in trouble now as well. Nesfear will survive, but the thing is, you know, Snapfire is one of those heroes. Once she gets level 6, the amount of damage she can dish out is insane. And Lycan, you know, he will not struggle in levels, even when even later on he's usually solo. This farming creeps, so I think ICQ will be fine, even if the Snapfire is getting a bit more out of the lane than he is currently.
Yeah, and do you see then that Is the Viper going to be going for any big rotations once that level 6 comes out, or is it just going to be to secure the lane, or not even to secure the lane, because the Monkey King's going to be having a good time, but is it to make sure that the Lycan has a good time before he gets that Helm of the Iron Will, excuse me, the Helm of the Overlord out?
Viper is a very slow hero. Rotations from him are very unusual, so I'm thinking we're not going to be seeing much of him, or we're not going to be seeing much of
Yeah, he's going to be taken down, and again, ICQ can do what he can with walls, but again, the Jingu Mastery comes out from Netsphere. He's going to be able to turn himself around. Not even that he really needs a lot of regen here, well, maybe some mana regen, but in the grand scheme of things, you know, he's going to be able to sustain in this lane once again. He's going to be fine. He has a tango coming through from the Viper if he needs it. So yeah, he just gets himself back. Look at that. You know, the Jingu comes out and pretty much back to full health. In fact, he might go. There is going to be the tree dance. The balance strike comes out onto Lycan once again. Lycan going to be slowed down the wolf. He just has to go for the TP. Nothing to stop him. Nothing to stop the TP. So he goes back behind the tier 1. But you can see, you know, we're only 5 minutes into this lane, and already it's looking so dangerous for this offlane pair.
Both offlaners are struggling quite a lot, and I was kind of expecting the Marcy maybe to rotate towards the bottom lane, considering that Razor is having such a good time, but it seems like they want to shut down the Enigma. With both of the laners being shut down, it means that the game will be slower how it progresses, because the bottom and the top tower are the ones that we want to fall early on, so that the maps get open up a little bit. That is probably not going to be happening with both of the offlaners kind of struggling. Of course, it is going to change with the Helm of the Dominator and the Lycan, and of course the Black Hole and the Enigma, but those items don't and levels don't necessarily mean that the towers will
Radiant's
fall.
top tower is under attack.
Yeah, and well, we can see as well that Asgold's got himself his level 6, so the Winter's Curse is out. Nazi Narwhal as well, so he's got his Astral Step. Do you expect a rotation to try and help out these offlaners from the two mid laners, or are they too busy being locked into mortal combat in this mid lane?
The Winter Wyvern will TP if someone is diving. The Void Spirit doesn't want to TP until he has like 4 points in Dissimulate, 3 points in Resonant Bolt, level 8 to level 9. The timing for the Void Spirit, from what I've seen in the games, usually is minute 8 and minute 10 room. That is when the rotations happen for this hero. The Winter Wyvern in particular, the hero is always strong. You just don't want to get out of position because you are kind of farm hungry. You need to get a lot of farm up early on, because you know, you do want to get that Witchblade and be actually a kill threat around the map. So I don't think Asgold will be looking to rotate unless it's an obvious dive that he's going to be able to turn.
Okay, well, he is going to be forced back to the fountain to heal up. You know, he's going to be able to go for that TP straight away back into the lane, but it does mean that that's going to be on cooldown, so he's not going to be able to respond to any emergency situations. But it looks like Netsphere, he's the one that wants to create these emergency situations here. Diving onto the trees, just trying to find out, just trying to scout out onto the Snapfire. Snap's already away from the lane, got those boots going towards the mana boots as well. But he's going to have that little bit of extra movement speed, but you still can't escape the Monkey King if he's going to try and chase you down over the trees.
So speaking about the Monkey King, he's going for a Battle Fury. To be honest, he is the strongest late game hero in this game. He doesn't have the fat frontliner that is gonna stay in front and kind of tank the aggression and then use ulti just a second.
And yeah, they're going to try and go onto this. Asgold can get himself back. The Celestial Hammer has been dropped, but looks like he's going to be able to move himself away. He has the mana for the curse now as well, but Kobol's going to be able to come in with a cookie. The Dissimulate gets used, gets him into the river, and he has to go for that Astral Step away. So the first rotation coming through from the Dawnbreaker with Nazi Narwhal, not going to be successful, and I'd say that's a successful defense there from Kobol to keep Asgold alive in the mid lane.
Yeah, the point of those rotations from both sides were to secure the runes. Mostly the one the Void Spirit to get it, and he didn't get it, and now we're seeing just how much damage is doing to
Yeah, the Winter's Curse is actually going to be committed here as well, so Asgold can do damage to him to ring. Not going to be able to get himself away from that, even a rotation from the Razor. So Asgold gets the kill, the cookie comes out now as well. The Void Spirit's not got that Astral Step for the next couple of seconds. He will be able to get himself out with the Dissimulate just to dodge off the damage. Viper was close. If things kicked off closer towards the tower there as well, but that does mean that it's, you know, it's still a kill going the way of Hydra. They're going to be fine with that. Okay, they're a kill behind, but it forced SMN to move out of the lane as well, which means that ICQ gets a little bit of an easier lane until the Viper rotates back in. And, you know, that's still a benefit there from Hydra, forcing those rotations out and getting the only kill of the rotation there as well.
X3 X3 in this game, I think they need to be ahead. I think oh, this is such a perfect time to pull him because he just needs to hit his level 6. This is so bad.
Yeah, he's gonna get himself in. In fact, he's gonna be the TP for Master. He doesn't have that Wizard's Curse, and Nesfia's gonna go through the Battle Strike as well into this Junior Mastery. So, and excuse the Wukong's command. With the Junior Mastery there as well, so he's going to be able to suspend that comes through the ultimate there as well. Just keeps him alive, and Nesfia never really under threat once he threw that Wukong's command out. And like you say, that he got it before Rari. Rari can get himself away from this one. Natty now is going to rotate in, and Ring's going to be close by now as well, Celestial Hammer. Are they going to try and drop it? Kick's going to be here. He's got that dispose if he needs to go for it. Nothing to rebound off though, and yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a bit of zoning here. The tough guy Marcy being able to intimidate both the Void Spirit as well as the Dawnbreaker away from Rari.
Dire's top tower.
Big thing for X3, they got the top tier 1. This is important. In my mind, Hydra have a better lineup to fight their enemies. The reason for this is because X3 has a lineup that wants to concentrate onto one area, onto one choke point. You have the Wukong's Command, you have the Enigma Black Hole, you have the Dawnbreaker Solar Guardian. But with all of the heroes on Hydra, all of these cores are very mobile, and even the supports are as well. So I'm thinking that X3, they need the lead early on in this game so that they can force fights on their own terms. If that is the case and the Monkey King gets super strong, sure, he is the strongest hero, but he can't get guided around. So let's see now Hydra, they're trying to use their mobility. Those monkeys actually in the vicinity. Seeing him defending his body here though.
Yeah, no, he was on the tree that the Winter Wyvern in the mid lane. They're going to be able to make it down with the Rari. He's got that Iron Storm. Okay, he's going to get himself away from this one though. Stack it's not going to be enough. And Shagrat will secure the kill. And now even be able to take down this tier 1 tower in the mid lane here as well.
That tier 1 actually allows you to be able to hunt the Winter Wyvern. Winter Wyvern, this is a free Winter Wyvern game. You know, we're talking about the Monkey King maybe being the strongest late game hero. I might even argue that the Winter Wyvern crushes them all on the side of X3 in this game. But with the mid lane tower gone so early and you're having the Void Spirit, you can go for those hunts. The only problem for that is that your only hunter is the Void Spirit. So I'm kind of expecting the Monkey King to even be farming aggressively so that he can help his Void Spirit if they are hunting the Winter Wyvern a bit later on in this mid game.
You see, Kobol's trying to get himself away from this one, but there is going to be dissimulate down. Natty now, the Vibe Strike came out there as well, so there's no way that the Snapfire was getting away. He does get put away there by the Void Spirit. And yeah, you can see that Nesfia, he's still going for that Battle Fury, but he's just moving himself. He's got himself the 2 damage items so he can fight as well with that Wukong's Command, do the damage. And yeah, he's just moving around. He's playing around with Shagrat, and he's not scared about getting and engaging with the rest of his team.
I think that's the play. You need to be, yeah, sure, you got the Battle Fury, but you need to be farming close to your team. He still doesn't have it, so obviously now fighting is even better for him than once he gets it, because once you get it, you're going to be farming. But your team is going to need your help. That extra damage is always going to be needed, especially, you know, the Lycan heats your supports, and then it's going to be trouble. I'm liking, though, X3, what they're managing to do is keeping control of the top part of the map while not allowing the Lycan to keep control of the bottom part of the map. So that is very bad. We saw their Ascald also immediately like, okay, we cannot allow the Enigma to be on our high ground at the outpost if the Lycan isn't doing the same. So with the haste, he just runs there. Unfortunately for Hydra, X3 did get the kill on the Lycan on the bottom lane, and you couldn't get the kill on the Enigma because this fast blink of Shagrat, it actually kept him alive.
And how do you feel about this? Because usually we see the Enigmas going for the Wraith Pack, going for the BKB first. You know, he's got himself the urn, so it wasn't a straight rush on the Blink Dagger. But how do you like this Blink Dagger? Is it just for this, you know, situation in this game, or do you prefer the Enigmas to go for the Blink Dagger first overall?
His read of the game is that there's not gonna be team fights. Team fights full on 5 versus 5 are not gonna happen. Hydra are not gonna allow us to do this. So this gives me the chance to go for a Blink Black Hole on 1 or 2 heroes and just win the skirmish like that, continue to increase the lead. I think this is the right read for sure. Hydra, they don't want to fight 5 versus 5. They're never gonna do it. The only time it's gonna happen is is if they get if X3 goes super aggressive and then Hydra just TP in with all the heroes. But even then, I think Hydra are probably thinking we don't want to get pulled into a fight like that.
Okay, well, SMN's going to be slowed down, taking a lot of damage coming through from the Witch's Blade here now as well. And it looks like Hydra, they do want to group up. The Razor's staying close here, but this is just allowing space and time for Sugar to push out this top lane. And you can see now, there is going to be 4 out of 5 heroes showing on the map from Hydra. So Sugar, he's not going to be scared about sending these Eidolons forward and doing damage. ICQ, he's got himself the Vlads, but it's not going to be the full hammer of the Overload just yet. The Ring could be in trouble though, trying to the D-Ward. Going to be slowed down, he's going to be able to get himself away with the Celestial Hammer. Will this be enough? The spike? Nah, it's not going to be. And Asgold will be able to secure that kill. Even takes down his courier, just for good measure.
Very smart to move from Hydra. They place a ward and then they go for the tower. They're all staying on the right side there. A bit of a mistake there from the Snapfire actually denying the ward, considering that Asgold killed the courier. They didn't really have to do it. But this is the thing. Hydra, they will not go into territory they don't have control of. And immediately as they get one kill, they're going to be going towards the other part of the map. They know that X3 are not going to be ready for this, and they know that they're not going to have a lot of their heroes. If you force out the Black Hole, if you force out the Solar Guardian, then you can actually go for a big team fight that right now you're trying to avoid. But Sugarat again just outplays them with a blink.
Yeah, they do have the observer down here on the cliffs as well as a sentry, so I think he was just in range of when he was moving around. He saw the wolves, he saw the rotation and then the smoke break, so he was just quickly away there. And again, he just goes back to pushing out this top lane, and it will be the BKB coming out for him next. So you know that Wraith Pact might be a close third item, but he does want the initiation and then into the, like you say, to be able to find maybe a 2-man Black Hole, find a pick off that way, and then he's going to be able to get himself in with Black Hole with the BKB, make sure he's not interrupted really, because I think apart from the Winter's Curse, which is a good way to deal with the Enigma if you can find him with the Eidolons around him, apart from that, I don't think there's a way to disrupt the Black Hole through the BKB.
You have the Winter's Curse, that's the only thing. Nothing other than that. Rob, also, I don't want to throw you under the bus here, but I think you're still not showing the net worth on stream, and you know, both of our asses are on the line, so
I changed that 5 minutes ago. They just need to wait to catch up. 11 minutes and like 30 seconds. So yeah,
I apologize, but I was like, okay, we're gonna get destroyed. Asgold will get caught. This is why you get the blink on the ending of these kind of plays.
Yeah, and he gets himself in, like you say, he gets that pickup for the Black Hole. He finds the kill onto Asgold, finding it on a core. It's a really good pickup for 16 minutes. It's not going to be, like you say, they're not grouping up for the 5 versus 5 fight. So if you can use it to find a core like that, and speaking about finding a core, they might be able to pull out of this now. That's the Vibe Strike are going to be coming through. ICQ's in that transformation though. Is he going to be able to get in Ring? Ring's going to be chased down. He's trying to get himself away. No Celestial Hammer for a second. Didn't want to go for the Solar Guardian anyway because the damage was there. The lead comes through from Kick, but having turned this one around, he's able to get the kill back onto Kicked with the 2 heroes just right clicking away on him.
Double kill.
It's going to be, it was fine, but this, again, the Monkey King's up here still. Shagarat pushes through onto this tier 2 tower, and they're not doing anything to contest this.
I have to say, I don't know what happened with X3 at the half of this season, but they just started playing so much better. What they're doing right now in this game is just amazing. They know that they're not going to be getting a full 5 versus 5 fight, and then they're doing so well in forcing out the small skirmishes that Hydra should theoretically be better at.
Have you seen Space Jam?
Okay.
So, you know...
The new one or the old one?
Oh, I've not seen the new one, no. I'm talking classic Space Jam, yeah, where the Monstars go and you give all the basketball players that basketball that saps the power away and gives it to the Monstars. That's what X3 have done. There's a set of 5 Dota players that are just like, everyone's suddenly so crap, neutral game. It's a good question.
This season.
Radiant
Okay. Now everything does make sense. PFG LGD are still gonna be fire brokers, but they haven't been crushing it like every other season. So now we know why. Rob has finally gotten to that one. So X3. I mean now I don't really see a Hydra as having the chance. Though this play is really nice. There is no Black Hole. Solar Guardian might be ready, but X3 are not expecting this. They're trying to prevent the Lycan from being on the bottom part of the map. But you use your dire side advantage in the Roche with the outpost, and you get the Aegis. So this is big. Now Hydra, they can actually try with the BKB on the Razor and this Aegis to go for a fight. So this might not be, what you want to do. Ideally with this lineup, you want to be running around, but you can actually go to a choke point just because you might feel super strong at this point.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was the other side. I was going to say, you know, Hydra pulled out the bullwhip, but it was actually X3 that pulled out the bullwhip. But if you get the bullwhip, I know it's a very niche question, but if you get the bullwhip here, and it's only really for my benefit, but is that something you drop on the Razor just to be able to chase down even further with the static link either Storm? Or is it something that you want to put on maybe the Lycan, so the Lycan gets the chase down with the transformation?
Lycan does really benefit from the bullwhip. He has maximum speed, and that's it. You can go over that.
The cookie, it was just on the wrong, the vector was wrong there, and Rari got thrown over the Dawnbreaker. The Dawnbreaker got that TP away. Meanwhile, in the mid, there is going to be a 3-man smoke. They might be able to find Asgold. Well, there is a reason dragons are extinct, and it's things like this. Just playing so dangerously, farming creeps. That's 100% historically accurate as well. Monkey King did go around. Extinct. Speaking of going extinct, Kick's going to be found out and killed off the... He's on a tree. Is he going to be able to get himself away from this one? He's still going to be able to tree dance himself down. Will be coming through, so going to be used there as well. ICQ. He has to come out of that wolf farm. There is going to be the multiple cases being dropped, but Nansphere is going to be able to get that TP away, and yeah, no one able to get close to maybe disrupt that TP. He just gets himself out, and it looks like, I mean, Asgold, it's not the longest cooldown on a level 2 Winter's Curse. You know, even at level 2, you're looking at 85 seconds, so a minute and a half he's going to have that back up. But does that then create an opening here for X3 to maybe look to take a team fight, or you know, look for some pickups, or are they still going to be playing Shagrat split, pushing this top lane and looking to just play keep away with the side of Hydra?
Right now, because the enemies have the Aegis, you still want to spread it out. As I said, the Hydra, they want a fight that's all around the place. So ideally for them, that would be around the outposts in the big jungles or on one of the lanes. You don't want to be fighting in yours or the enemy's triangle. Because of that, you know, X3, this is why they're playing so split. If they knew that Hydra wanted to fight in their triangle, they'd probably be together. So the question is now, the only question now is if Hydra feel confident enough to go into a choke point because they have the Aegis and the BKB on the Razor. From the way that they are moving, I would say the answer would be no. So because of that, X3 are gonna continue playing like this. I think is the smartest move for them. Just continue playing the status quo, trying to catch heroes in the mid, trying to catch heroes in the top lane, and continue getting the farm. If you catch the Winter Wyvern enough times and delay his timing, you actually have a good shot of winning this game.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a big rotation down from Hydra, so maybe they're going to try and force X3 to face them. But yeah, okay, they back himself off. There is going to be the fortification as well. No creeps left, so Rory comes through into the trees, just gets that plasma field up, trying to clean them up. And ICQ, oh, they're going to go back lines. They fight out kicked once again. 0, 3, and 3 for the Marcy so far. So maybe that hero deserves a buff. That's what I'm seeing from this match. As it looks like Natanawa is going to try and get dive. He's going to be able to get himself on top of the Razor now as well, but still not going to be able to carve that Aegis. 2 minutes left on that.
This is not a good place for X3 to fight. The Rari is in a pretty bad position. You know, I see X3 don't want to engage this. That is very smart from them. They only see the Razor. If they run in, it's gonna be very hard. But what they can do is smoke up. They weren't under enemy vision. They're running now towards the mid lane. This is one of the better smokes that you can go for, but it has to be really fast. Just because Hydra, they're gonna know something is up with no one showing in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and Rari, well, he is going to be all alone, looking very tasty there if they want to make a move. But again, he has that Aegis for a minute and a half, close to the tier 2, so there will be TP responses if he does get gone on. Viper, meanwhile, is going to be going in deep. He's got that smoke, so he's going to be using it to get some wards down. You'll get some vision, maybe get aggressive. Even clicks on the outpost, which I'm not sure was the best decision, but nobody's going to be able to chase him down. So yeah, he's going to be fine with that. And now this Aegis, a minute left. Once that wears out, it does get even riskier here for the side of Hydra playing in this game. And like you say, X3, they needed to be ahead. They are ahead. They are starting to take control of this game. So it looks like Hydra, they want to respond. They're going to be coming through with the smoke, looking for a pickup here.
Yep, that is, you wait out the enemy smoke and you smoke immediately. That's time to go for. Now, just the catch from these teams isn't the greatest. The counter initiation is very good on both sides, and that's why you're never gonna see a full-on committal. You know, if everyone would just jump on one hero, there could be a black hole on one side, and there could be a Winter's Curse on the other. Those are the things that you really have to keep in mind if you're X3 and Hydra. But I'd say X3, they're the ones that are having a bit more success. The problem is though, I'm looking at their lineup and I don't know when you can straight up say that they are stronger. That immediately puts you at a disadvantage, because Hydra at some point they are gonna be ready to fight the choke points. I guess this Lincoln's on the Enigma does put X3 in a situation where you could say, okay, whatever happens, they should be winning this fight.
Yeah, and like you were talking about the lockdown culture and Hydra, they are relying on the cookie initiation, but with the actual step, with the dissimulate coming through, the blink dagger, even with quick fingers here from Enigma, you know, there's no long-range instant stuns coming out from the side of Hydra apart from the Winter's Curse. You don't really want to be dropping the Winter's Curse as an initiation tool, I don't think. You want to be using that in the fights to find the pickups. We're going to find pickups again. The Lycan will be slain. Some silver bullets coming through from the side of X3.
They're definitely moving around the map better. Even with the Aegis, Hydra didn't manage to reduce the lead. The only thing they got was the tier 2 on the bottom lane, but it got traded for the tier 2 on top, which you could argue is the more important one. I think Hydra can never give up their Lycan. If they're not hunting, the Marcy and the Snapfire need to be the first ones that are gonna get caught, because the Lycan is the one on the side of Hydra that should be threatening the bottom lane at all times. If he's not threatening the bottom lane, X3 are allowed to control the top, to control the mid, and just continue increasing their lead.
Yeah, well, at least Hydra here, they're going to be able to pull out an outpost. He did lose theirs, so it will be that trade-off here. And like you said, they are going to be trying to pressure out onto this bottom lane. The Lycan, what's he going for? I've not checked in with him recently. He's got those boots going back towards the BKB. Winter Wyvern wants the Arc Scepter up now as well. Not too far away from that, about 1,000 gold from being able to complete. And yeah, I suppose that, like I say, X3 are playing this, you know, they're playing it more. I don't want to say guerrilla, because it's not really guerrilla Dota. You know, they're not getting in finding pickups, but they're playing away. They're playing keep away from Hydra. You know, they're staying away from these 5 versus 5 engagements. So we've not seen many black holes. We've not seen many Winter's Curses. But that's the way that, like I said, that's how X3 want to play it for now. They just want to be playing it. And I don't even want to call it safe, but it kind of is in a way. You know, they're staying away from a madhouse engagement, and they're definitely coming out on top with this.
They found a way that they want to play Dota, and their movements are good enough that that can work out in this game in particular. You don't want to be fighting constantly, because the enemy's cooldowns are much lower than yours, especially, you know, Winter's compared to the black hole, and those are the two big spells that we need to be looking out for. So X3, when they use the black hole, they want to make it count. They want it to be later on when the death timers are gonna be long enough. You know, if you would go fight now, get a black hole for a pickup that isn't that important, you are gonna lose the most likely, and X3, they just can't take that chance.
They're unstoppable.
Hicks, what is he? 0-4-3. You know, he's not having the greatest of games. He's got himself so he's going to have the extender on the range for the Aether Lens. He's going for that towards that blink dagger. But yeah, both supports on the side of Hydra. You know, you take a look at that net worth. They are suffering at the minute.
Yeah, they are. And X3, you know, I was wondering when they're gonna be ready and stronger. That's so much being done. The Void Spirit can burst down a support, which is of the utmost importance. The Dawnbreaker Axe is ready, and the only thing you're missing right now is the Enigma Lincolns. Ideally, you would want to have it before the Roche, but considering the X3 are controlling the top part of the map, they can probably keep controlling it until they do have the Lincolns. I'm just not liking that the Enigma isn't getting that much farm, but we can see that Sugarat is very much afraid of dying. If he's dead, Hydra can pretty much take any area they want, especially now with the Axe and the Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, oh, it looks like they might be going for even more. Whereas, I mean, the sidekick was on him, so he did have some lifesteal, some extra damage there. You know, Rory just backed himself away, and they didn't want to overcommit there on the side of X3. Not sure where everyone else is. Viper is still hanging around. SMN with that bullet, so he's going to have the slowdown. Oh, I mean, the speed up for the chase on him if he wants to use it on himself. Roshan is back now as well. So the Monkey King... Is he even going for a little bit of a walk here, Roshan? You know, you've got to get those steps in. You've got to get, especially when you live in a cave like that, it's important that you get out, you get your vitamin D, you see the sunlight, you're fresher, you get your steps in, but he has returned for the teams to maybe stack up on. And
Hydra going for a smoke. The thing is, it is such a bad situation for them. Lycan isn't pushing out the bottom lane too much. This is a problem in my mind. They're walking into the triangle. Okay, this is gonna be very risky for them. Finding Sugarat would secure them the fight. You can see they're trying to fight around the mid lane. Okay, that is a bit smarter. You don't go into the triangle right now. Just
to get the engage coming through onto the Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker tries to get himself away with the Celestial Hammer, but ICQ will be able to blow him up. And now this opens up the Dawnbreaker dead for 43 seconds. Do they check the pit, or are they going to go for more now? Because the Void Spirit, Natty Narwhal, has those two Astral Steps. He's got himself the Ags as well as the Shard here. So he's going to have the extra range of the Simulate plus the Silence on the Resonant Pulse. Natty Narwhal, can he get himself away? Astral Steps himself down to the low ground. Chase is still on. That's going to be the second Astral Step now as well. What's that Chase?
He needs help.
Yeah, he's trying to get himself away from this Ascald. Has that Aghanim Scepter, so he's going to be able to toggle onto the Arctic Burn. Natty Narwhal goes the other way though. Do they have the vision to chase down? It looks like Natty's in the trees. Has that TP if he needs to get himself away. He's just wasting so much time. Look at this, the Dawnbreaker. After all this, the Dawnbreaker's going to be right back up, and Hydra lose that slight advantage that he had come through from that fight.
They do get the top outpost back, so the access to Roche is going to be on their side. As I said, this is a pretty awkward position for Hydra to be in, because your Lycan isn't really pressuring the bottom lane as much as he can. X3 are gonna be happy whenever the bottom lane is pushed out. You know that you can smoke towards Roche, but considering that you have the gold lead right now and all of the items are ready, the fight should go your way unless things go horribly wrong. And you just need the Viper in front for him to scout out what's going on, and Natty Narwhal can deal with one of the supports. Then the fight just becomes easy.
Yeah, you can see there is going to be the smoke coming through. Everybody apart from that Void Spirit, so they're going to be able to make a move through, dropping through. They can this one out now as well, and you can see the Roche control. It's so important, this second Roche, even if there's no objectives that, you know, that are around here on the top part of the map, the team will just stack up for it once they know this Roshan is available, because the Roche is so much, that extra charge, you know, the Aegis, it's such a massive objective for the teams to go towards now. Oh, Monkey King just needs to move himself away. What was hit? The dagger, Rari. Final strike will come through, so they know at least where the Monkey King is. With that step up, the drums are going to be popped, and the ward gets taken away here. But do they want to go into the Roche here with the Wukong's Command being up, with the Black Hole being up? They do have that advantage. Even the Solar Guardian can be dropped here. And he might want to move themselves in with a smoke. No, might be a bait, as that second smoke comes through from X3.
They smoked under the wolf. Hydra knows, and Ascald came back. Winter Wyvern is in such a good position that X3, if they run into this one, they're gonna be in a ton of trouble. It really has to be Natty Narwhal that is making the plays, but you can't go into the enemies. They saw the Winter Wyvern on the bottom lane, but you know, Ascald, he just comes back way too fast. When he uses the Arctic Burn, he gets there in a second.
Yeah, you can see I like this position from Kicked as well, right underneath the walls, but he's gonna be able to rebound onto someone, get that dispose off. He's gonna be able to just jump on whoever gets caught. And we've seen as well, again, the Marcy pickup, we've seen it in the past few days, or I've seen it in the past few days. There were, you're able to get the reading from the dispose on your ally to anyone who's in the black hole as well. So you know, you've got that save if you've got the measurements right, if you've got the timing right, you know, to be able to get in and save from that black hole. So it's going to be very interesting who the targets are here when that black hole does start to come out from the side of X3. Do they want to be going for, is it Winter Wyvern? Is that the top priority to make sure that the Winter's Curse doesn't come out?
You can't get to him. If you're X3, you want to bait Hydra towards you and then catch him out. That is what you want to do. So the way that you're going aggressive if you're X3, it's Natty Narwhal going in for the kill, getting out. If it's if you offer the Viper, then you're kind of come at us. But no one wants to take the bait. Both of the teams know how crucial the next fight is, so they will stay away for now. Big items for Hydra though are the Hex on ICQ. Though I think ICQ really needs a shard here. The lanes need to push in, the bottom lane in particular. And now he uses the ulti. This is a nice open area, but you're not gonna catch anything there, to be honest.
No, the dispose came in, and it's a good job it was on Natty, because Natty was able to get the dissimulate the astral step away there and get himself out of danger. If it had been maybe the Monkey King, that could have been a fight that Hydra were definitely looking to take. And they could, if they'd have won that, it would have swung the game in, I don't want to say completely in their favor, but they would have had that advantage. You know, they would have had the extra space. They might have been able to get a Roche, maybe even push down the tier 2 on the top for that objective. So yeah, you can see, I mean, Kicked, he's building a treehouse here. He's camping out, you know, he's pitched his tent and he's ready around this wall to see if anyone comes in for this Roche. He's got the Wolf in the pit as well to make sure there's no smoke shenanigans coming through on this. And they're ready to get in on this as soon as X3 show.
Yep, and Lycan is going for the shard. Okay, I like that a lot, because the bottom lane needs to be pushed quite a lot. I would even argue that Winter Wyvern should be hiding on the bottom lane and always be ready to just use on the wolves. Okay, that's a good initiation, to be honest.
Asgold is dead, and now Rory uses that refresher for the extra BKB, the extra damage coming through. Dombreg is going to be getting close now, but the Eye of Storm doing so much damage, so they get the kill. The buyback comes through from that Winter Wyvern. Rory still alive. Chase down SMN is going to get himself away from, so he's going to slow down Kick. He's looking for anybody who's going to be able to leap this, and for Rakis, what else can they get out of this? It will cost him the Mercy.
You have to get the Roche right now. There is no other way around it. Without the black hole at the going right now, and I would argue that Hydra, after that fight, they have to understand, once the Enigma gets the refresher, this game is over. So you get that Roche right now and you force as much as you can, but with them going back, they've just signed their death certificate, to be honest. Either you commit on to the Roche there and go for fights, or you completely change your approach to this game. To be honest, that chance for Hydra to always win a fight in an open area is just gone right now, because you cannot cancel the Enigma black hole. The Sugarrat is just going to jump on one team hero. He's going to use the black hole, and that hero will die with the charge as well. You might even get dragged into it and die yourself. So Hydra, because of this lead, they're just not able to fight anymore. This puts you in a bad situation. You need to try to play the map. That is why the Shard of the Lycan is gonna be a really big deal. You need to be pushing out play so that you can get the fight away.
Also, the Soulgun's not going to connect onto anyone as well, but it's similarly from the Void Spirit, so he is going to be able to get himself back to safety. Right now, is he going to get this TP up? Does he have anything to disrupt this? And he's going to go to the Winter's Curse. He absolutely wants this kill onto the ring, and that's, again, he's going to be down 50 seconds. He does have the buyback, but the Solar Guardian's down. The Black Hole's down for the next 69 seconds as well. So that's going to be pretty nice for Hydra as they do move themselves in the Winter's Curse of 67 seconds. So they are going to be coming up on a similar timing here. These two big ultimates. Are they going to be able to get this Roche in time? Do they even want to go for this now? It looks like they're going to try and go for the more. SMN will be caught up. Well, it's going to just come through and it died him from the Void Spirit. So Void will be able to get the kill onto Rory. Might even be able to take down the Winter Wyvern as well. And if not him, Nesphere is chasing. Got the Pound the Strike in 3 seconds as well. So he's looking to get the damage off Asgold. He's trying. He's flapping his wings. He's still trying to fly away. The Pound Strike comes out, and that's going to be the death of the Winter Wyvern. The Dragon slain once again. And now this opens up the road for X3. They've only lost a Dombreg. He's going to be up in 7 seconds. No Hydrox on the side of Hydra. Easy pick here for X3.
Mystery is looking like this game is over. I don't see Hydra winning the fight any longer. They arguably had the better team fight lineup. Yeah, you have the Enigma on one side, but you always had the Black Hole cancel. Hydra, with them losing the early game and X3 just playing the map so well, they delayed that potential timing where Hydra could be stronger. And now when all of the items are there, and when the item difference is just so huge, to be honest, because I mean, look at the net worth. That is 15k is nothing to laugh at. I'm just not seeing Hydra winning the fight any longer. This Winter Wyvern isn't doing enough damage. Even so, he's not as survivable as he would like to be. Anyone who gets Black Hole is inevitably going to die. Pretty much everything is going in favor of X3 right now.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get another tier 2 tower out of this now as well. You can see Sniper here. Crumbles doing his best. He is absolute best to push out this bottom lane. He's going to come in. the scatter. Last off, and you've got the same here for ICQ. Got these wolves pushing in, trying to do what they can. The Eidolons, though, are going to slow this down slightly as the trouble coming through with the skeleton army as well. But a Celestial Hammer into a Starbreaker here. Born Rink, he's going to be able to clear the speedway, but the extra creeps as well, the wolf coming in. You know, it's going to be extra gold here for him. And 19 to 9 and a 17k net worth lead here at 18 minutes. It's not the run at each other, you know, do just butt heads Dota that people expect from Eastern European sides, but X3 they just seem to, like you've said before, they just seem to have played every objective, every fight so quickly and so meticulously that there's no way, unless there's a major throw here, I don't know how they lose this game.
There is one more thing that Hydra have that they could use, and that is split push. Of course, the Dawnbreaker is a problem in that, but you have the Boots of Travel and the Winter Wyvern, you have the Hex and the Lycan. I think you have to be using that. I would even argue if I was the Lycan, I get something like a Blink, to be honest, or a Shadow Blade, something along those lines, just to get close to the Dawnbreaker and get the Hex off so that my Winter Wyvern can get through. That is how you have to approach this game, because if you're not killing the Dawnbreaker, your split pushes are not gonna work. This hero is just way too big of an issue for Hydra right now.
Well, the battle switch is wrong to the Winter Wyvern on the monster because he's going to drop the soul gun, it's going to come through, and that's via the 4-staff now. Well, so that is going to be some survivability for the Monkey King, not going to be engaged upon any further. He is taking a lot of damage, though, chased down from the dragon. Was that BKB? I'm here in the black hole. Who has been caught? It's going to be on to Cobalt only. Now will the Viper Strike. Well, ICQ can get himself away. Balance Strike's going to be down now as well, but the Winter Curse can go. The Monkey King, he was mid-dive, so no one connects onto it. Not to know what's going to go for the James Rory. Can get himself away from the scene. The sidekick Nestor, he pops up BKB. He's going to have to down to take the Monkey King down. Monkey King's just going to back himself away from this one. He chases onto the Razor once. Yeah, let's get the Balance Strike though on to Askold, and Winter Wyvern, can he get himself away? The rebound, that extra move speed, he's flying himself around with the Arctic Burn. So out of danger for now. How long is that going to last with the Aegis up for X3, with all 5 heroes being up and everything apart from that black hole? Wukong's man on the black hole. You know, Nesphia, again, he's just going to play it back. He can play it safe. He's not super scared. He's got the shards to consume when he wants to as well.
Can consume it, but you have a Dawnbreaker on your side that would love it. Okay, finally, there it is. Ring got it. That's pretty nice. Him and the Viper, both of their shards would be quite great. So I didn't really know why he was hoarding it there for 2.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes actually. But I guess the Dawnbreaker was always on the other side. So we're having this very exciting game here, Rob. I'm very happy that there's so much action all around the map. Everyone is just so eager to kill each other, and they're giving us the best game ever. Are you excited about this? I really could see this game going to 17 minutes and us just enjoying the pure excitement X3 and Hydra are giving us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say this is one for the purists, you know? It's like when it's related to boxing terms, you know, it's when you see defensive boxing coming out. Okay, again, it's not two people beating the crap out of each other for everyone's enjoyment, but you know, there's the method behind it. It is really fun to watch how X3 are playing this. You know, like you say, because of the black hole being the longer cooldown from the Winter's Curse, they're playing themselves split up. They're not trying to get caught out as 5. They are looking to re-engage once those ultimates have been completed. But yeah, Nestor, if you have given some out of this one, could be chased down. SMN's close now as well, but Nestor, he's got that Aegis, 30 seconds left on that. He might still tick down. The Phantom Fields will come through the Mischief, so he's going to get the pop, but the rest of the team are going to be coming through now as well. SMN, spotted out for ICQ, but he's still going to be on his own. Solo Guardian's going to be coming there with that Winter's Curse, and SMN on the back line, so they want to try and go. Martinello can do it down, dive on the back line. That's the Winter's Curse down, and Winter Wyvern's also going to be down, and Rory's going to try and chase this. Could be the side he comes through as well. Nestor, he's taking so much damage, the black hole comes out. He comes to Matthews, denied the opportunity, but still going to be able to bring up 3-4 heroes go down. ICQ gets the TP away. Hydra. This is going to be another tier 2. This is going to be a tier 3. No buyback on 3 heroes. And you've got the Winter Wyvern out for 60 seconds. Cobalt's down for 75. You know, Rory's down. They do have the buybacks coming up now, but this is a major opening with Sugar and these Eidolons for the side of X3.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned boxing. I'm more of a Mike Tyson style boxing lover. You know, you get 10 seconds. That's enough, and you get beat down. And finally, we do get a fight that could actually be a fight like that, because X3, they just absolutely destroyed Hydra. Though I have to say, with Hydra getting a few kills, they are gonna be a bit happy. The problem is you still have to deal with one more black hole. Natty Narwhal is too strong in Hydra. If they want to get these guys out, they might be needing to use some buybacks. Actually, the Winter Wyvern is coming back soon. He's only level 21, so 42 minutes in. The mid laner is level 21, so he will be back into play very soon. But Lycan, look at him, he is hunting now.
Oh yeah, he might come through. He's going to be able to get the astral step through though. Nothing now. The hands is still there for ICQ to the jump, but he's going to be able to get another again. The astral step come through. Do they have the vision? Same like down this transformation will be working out. It's about 3/4 of the way through. That's going to be really good now. They're going to go to Winter's Curse comes through. He's still holding onto it now. With the BKB to Shagra, they're going to get the lounge and the takedown kicked. So the Guardian. Now the chase out of the Lycan. The Lycan's out in the transformation. The shape team has one off ICQ. Trying to do his best to get into knocking out. Down to the Lycan. He's just slain. He's taken down. And I don't even know what to say though. They were chasing Natty for so long, and the amount of, it's not even global, but the amount of response that comes through from this side, how rapidly they do respond, meant that even though he was caught out, you know, the team was there to help out, and they were able to turn around and take 2 kills back from Hydra when Hydra had the group, they had the advantage.
Here now he's level 25, so with the big Wukong's command, there's nothing that you can do. They also don't have the Winter's Curse, and you're dealing with the 2 black holes in 5 seconds, so that's gonna be a problem. You just get the lane of Rax. X3, they have shown us that they like to approach this game very systematically, just go from one objective to another, give us all of the excitement that we ever wanted, you know, just make the game so fun to watch, and that is what they have been doing for sure. So X3, who am I kidding? They're just playing everything so nicely, and if you're not an enjoyer of just a classic beautiful movements in Dota, you're definitely not going to be enjoying this game as much as you and me, Rob, are.
Yeah, I am looking forward to seeing how this carries on, because 44 minutes in, so we're getting close to the 15 minutes until those tier 5 items start coming up. Is that going to be where Hydra turn it around, or are actually not even going to give them this time? Roche, it's going to be a minute and a half away now as well. The illusion, how are you going to be able to get on top of this? Just going to be able to chase down Voice Break Illusion, deal some damage, at least boost himself up here. But yeah, so how do X3 look to close out this game? What do they have to do? Do they wait for this next Roche, or is it just, again, just dragging Hydra out of position, finding a pickoff, and looking to get the Megas?
X3 are gonna be, in my mind, if Hydra don't offer them a fight, they will dodge it. They see that this is working, and they're gonna continue doing it. So it's actually up to Hydra to destroy the status quo. What I like is that Lycan got a way to break the Lincolns, so now he's gonna be able to break the Lincolns plus get the Hex off. On the other hand, X3, they would like to get the top part of the map back. So what do? Again, systematical approach. Push in the bottom lane, you have the super creeps there, you're gonna see a hero, and then you're gonna smoke to the enemy big jungle, and that is exactly what X3 are doing right now.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Natty Narwhal's moving himself around, so he's going to be able to get on top of these creeps and play them off. And just keep... I mean, he's got the Aeon Disc as well. So how do you realistically catch his hero out? It's just... I don't know. In my tiny Dota mind, I'm looking at the... So I'm just thinking, Natty Narwhal, he's got escapes, he's got survivability, he's got silences. You know, I think he's happy to kill him off.
Everyone in Dota is killable. The AoE damage from the Razor can pop that Aeon Disc quite easily. So, you know, you really shouldn't be targeting him first. I'm thinking this Lycan just wants to find a target, be it the Dawnbreaker, be it a... Enigma would be ideal, but that's a bit harder considering he has a BKB, he has 3000 HP. But the Lycan needs to go into the back lines, create space, so that the main force of Hydra can play the game. You need to make sure that Ascol is doing the damage. I actually expected Hydra to go for the push, but I don't know why. They have been they've been pretty timid in this game from like minute 20, and you know that smoke is gonna be a little bit too late. So X3 we can just imagine how they're gonna be approaching this. Get to the Raxes, use the Wukong's command, get the Raxes, get out. If the enemies use the glyph, sure. We're just gonna wait for the next time. So I think Hydra are gonna go for the one last fight. They can't allow this to go on.
No, and you're looking to chase down as well. Shagra, though, he's got that blitz, he's got that refresher. Gonna be able to get the BKB black hole. It's only gonna be able to execute the disposal comes out, so he's gonna be able to get the targets away. Marcy still got dragged back into this. The ramp's gonna be down now as well.
Another one.
It looks like with the refresh coming through from Shagra, and there is gonna be the second refresher shot on the Monkey King if needed. But it looks like for now they do just disengage.
That wasn't the best black hole. Kicked also pulls someone out of it, and SMN puts himself in a position where he could actually die. But Hydra, you're seeing how they're playing around that ward that now they have lost. With the ward being lost, you have to pull yourself back. But again, it will allow X3 to get to your base. That was a really cool move. But again, X3, they're not taking any chances. They just see, okay, we didn't get a good black hole. We go back, we reset, and we will come to your base with that Wukong's command. So now it's just a matter of time before all of the lanes are pushed in and we're close to there, and then we will be going for a Wukong's command into a glyph. Then they wait out, they go for another Wukong's command into a Rax. So Hydra, it's up to you to make something happen. They tried once, maybe they're gonna try something again in 22 seconds though, because they need to shapeshift.
Yeah, that ultimate not going to be super far away. The ultimate kiss is still about 50 seconds away. So that's going to be a major amount of damage down on the side of the Hydra. But you see the Dawnbreaker, again, the Dawnbreaker can just play away. He's got the AC, he's got himself a Blink Dagger, the Ag's coming through now as well. Wants to go back for the Abyssal Blade. I mean, this was a position 5 Dawnbreaker. If I'm not mistaken, it was position 4?
4.
4, yeah. Position 4. And look at the net worth compared to Askel. Look at how, you know, how much this Winter Wyvern slowed down and just not being able to really do it. 2, 4, and 5 on your position 2, what you potentially like to call your playmaker. And it's just not paid off at all for this Winter Wyvern. The curses have been on to sit solo targets, or the Monkey King that was jumping away in mid-air, so he was away from the rest of his team. They've not really caught anyone out with the... I can't even remember a good... Winter's Curse that did actually come out to you know, to maybe win a fight. Yeah, no, it just didn't. Well, not in this game. It's not.
So to remember, there's a good Winter's Curse, but it's still only on a solo hero, and the help is coming.
Yeah, the Solo Guardian comes out and immediately keeping Nesby. Okay, the Eidolons were doing a lot of damage to the Monkey King. We're still able to put the Witch Blade damage out there as well with the Splinter Blast. But like you say, that was just the Monkey King survived through it. The Solo Guardian comes out and he's back up to 2.5k health. And you just don't burn through that. Now, I'd like to see the Winter Wyvern pick up the, you know, just be able to pick up and look for a different target. But the Nesphia is standing on the front lines. They're not able to get it to anyone else. And these Winter's Curses are not to the full effect.
Let's see now, Hydra, they want to fight. They want to catch X3 on the retreat. There is no Wukong's command unless he refreshes. Now, they actually decide to back off. They're like, okay guys, we didn't lose our axes, it is fine, we can wait for another shapeshift. So what is the cooldown? Wukong's command, it's a little bit lower, so he's gonna have it, you know, the shapeshift and the Wukong's command pretty much at the same time. Hydra are trying so hard to find an opening, but there's no opening to be found. At least the Aegis will expire in a minute, but I'm pretty sure now without the glyph, one Rax falls. It's probably gonna be the top one though.
Yeah, and you can see here that there's even a double damage rune in the rubber here that the Monkey King's going to be able to pick up. This is going to be... And he's not even going to need to use a refresh shot. That Wukong's command, like you say, 20 seconds away, so he is going to be able to set up for this before the double damage goes away. You know, they could look for a real... If they find 2 or 3 heroes, you know, and get the lockdown with the black hole, even if it's not a full black hole, with the Wukong's command coming through, this Monkey King's going to absolutely rip through the side of Hydra.
I think if anyone gets into the Wukong's command, he is just gonna get destroyed. So I'm thinking that Hydra are gonna do their best to just keep their distance. It's weird to me that X3 aren't committing right now. The Aegis was about to expire. They had the Wukong's command. And okay, there's the smoke. Now you want to use it. 25 seconds left, but it's gonna be just enough for Nesphir to get the Raxes. So you see, I'm psychic here. I knew exactly how X3 were gonna play. But Hydra, come on, find an opening. Come on, just try it. Lose the game. It doesn't matter. You have to go now.
diving from the void straight here onto the cliff. The solar going comes through Nesphia. Pops on second one comes to Mike. The user refresh the black hole. Using Hotel. I think that's the doctor to Rory. Rory's going to try and get himself out of it. He's going to try and get help out of this. But he's still going to be taken down. The refresh comes through from the Enigma. Has that second black hole. Pops the BKB. And it's just going to be able to... I don't know.
Dire's top barracks.
What is he? He's just going to be able to get himself out of this. But, you know, the pressure... non-existent from the side of Hydra in the fights, and Chevrolet team going to be able to send the Eidolons into the base to do a lot of damage to the tier 3.
This world is cruel. If you don't fight, you die. If you fight, you might die as well, but you know, if you don't fight, you're gonna die 100%. So just fight, Hydra. Please go and fight. It doesn't matter if you lose the game. Just go down like men. But this is... Ah, man, I'm disappointed that they're not even putting up a fight, because they're gonna lose this game without doing anything. Just another Wukong's command in 25 seconds. What are you gonna do? Your Razor will have to buy back anyways, and he's gonna buy back at the point where he can't do anything. So I'm not seeing it right now from Hydra. What they're trying to do, what their communications are looking like, because I don't know what you're hoping for.
I can tell you what I'm hoping for, but it's nothing to do with this video game. But yes,
The lottery?
yeah. The Nesphia is going to step in. Like I said, the BKB comes out. He's just going to be able to go for the second, which is fine. He's even built a refraction now as well. So onto this set of racks, and Nesphia slowly but surely going to be able to chip away. This is really nice as well, the fight. And yeah, so the root cross command going to use once again, the BKB for Nesphia. And like you say, Hydra, go down. If you're going to go down, swinging the back line. The black hole comes out. The catch out to the Lycan. Oh, the Wizard Lycan gets dragged into that now as well. He pops that BKB, not going to get to the skills. But this is what trying to transfer around the BKB with the bridge off. But Silver comes out. So this is going to be down by Shiver. He's going to get reflected another black hole onto the Razor. And Razor's just going to be cleaned up. He's been completely dulled. And Marcy just again is on there. He dives facing away from the rest of the team. The buybacks come through from Marcy. Razor though doesn't want to commit to it just yet, but this is now or never. This is your Butch and Sundance moment here on the side of Hydra. If not, X3 they're going to be looking to end this game.
It's actually not now or never. It's the second game, and that's your only option, because the game is over. They're definitely not going to be winning this one, to be honest. With this kind of approach, you could never really hope to win this one. And you know, Hydra would right now, but I'd say too little, too late.
Sugar's going to try and go for the TV. Nothing to cancel that though. He didn't want to kill the Winters. And I think that's one of the bigger issues are all will come out there and go for the lightning. Then he got out killed off here now. Marcy throws himself into danger. This just gets kicked back to the grave. That's the man at least will be taken down, but after all again, it is too little too late. And that's, I would have liked to see more of those curses to get the kill onto Cobra. That's here again. Just throwing out the weak cross and Rory calls out in the middle of it in no man's land. And GG's going to be called. Hydra give up game number 1, 34 to 13, 54 minutes in and a 58k net worth lead here. X3, the strategy on this, just to play away from the team fights earlier on, build up their advantage, it's just paid off, and Hydra had literally no answer to it.